Noswaith bore da, pnawn da, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Welcome back to our Tecstiliau 2022 MKAL. We are in the finishing steps. This is section 4, and I am looking forward to you bringing it all together and finishing your shawl this week. So this is going to be a fairly quick video. One of the things that is nice about this shawl, unlike the previous MKAL, the difficult part is not at the end. The end is really a review and revision of many of the stitches that we've already done, and just taking sections of that to bring the shawl together to create your final border. And so it's really nice, focusing on the tale of strength of our character and thinking about how we started with the Starry Night, and then how we are also going to end with the Starry Night before we do a bit of garter stitch to cast off, and then bring it all together. So if I just walk you through some of these steps, then as I say, this won't necessarily be a long video, but we'll just go through the stitches. I won't be demonstrating them. If you want to remind yourself of the stitches, please go back to the other videos in the different sections. For example, for the Starry Night section, section 1, or for the feathered section, section 2. You don't necessarily need to revisit the Secret Garden section because you've just finished that one, and it's not part of our 4th section. That was the 3rd section. So I am going to just reveal how this all comes together. And this is a shorter video, but there will be another video this week where I just talk about blocking, just to finalize it, because I think that is quite an important part of the lace shawl. Here it is. This is where my shawl is at. I am working through, I've done my Starry Night section down here. That was the beginning. Section 2 is my feathered, that one there. Section 3 is that lovely flower garden, based on the Secret Garden from the Stittionary collection of lace stitches. Really nice in lace weight yarns. And then for section 4, I've just started it here as always, revisiting a very small section of the feathered just to top it out, because I want there to be a little bit of transition between all the lace work and then what is to come. There's going to be a garter stitch section before you revisit the Starry Night section, and then a bit of garter stitch to finish off. I think these are just really nice to give it a bit of a border on the bottom section of your shawl, because remember we started at the top and we're now working to the bottom. So that is the beginning. That's the first 8 rows done, and I'm ready to go on to the garter section. And when I come, I'm going to switch shawls now because that one's still to be done and blocked for you. This is my fingering weight shawl in the pattern. So this is, I've got a double Secret Garden in 2 colors on this shawl. So that dark maroon color and the white is all the Flower Garden, Secret Garden section. And then I came back to this gray. This is a lovely, I think it's a Cheviot actually but it's a grey Cheviot maybe from Scotland. Really nice weight yarn, and it has got that section of the feathered stitch which has got sort of half of one of the diamonds in it to come down before it starts into a garter stitch section where you're knitting every row. This is really important on the pattern. It's a bit different. I'm going to highlight it on the pattern, but the section where you've got those rows which looks like it's a knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, I want those not to be stockinette, which is what that would be, but I want it to be garter, so it gives you a bit of rib. And the reason for that is because it's going to give you a nice finish on the end too. So you do that, and then you do a repeat section of the Starry Night before you do a little bit of garter stitch on the edge and cast off with a stretchy bind off, I think. So just because it is a shawl and you want to have a little bit of scope in that bind off. So I will recommend the tutorial for the stretchy bind off. It's another useful technique to know, and it'll help you finish. Now, this one, I've done both of these sections in the same color. So I've cut my section 3 color, and then I've started with the gray and I've finished with the gray. However, in the pattern that I'm recommending, I am recommending that you cut your section 3 color. So that's the garden section. Go back to your feathered stitch color here. You're going to work the feathered section and the first section of the garter and the section of the garter stitch in that color. My color is the neutral, I would say. The variegated neutral is the recommendation. And then when I get to the Starry Night section, I'm going to go back to this color, this purpley color, before I cast off in the purpley color. So it's a little bit different. You can choose to do what you want to do. If you want to do it all in a solid color and not break yarns in between to finish the section, go for it. That's going to give you something that looks more like this. If you want to mimic the top with the bottom and you want to go from the purple back to the neutral or the neutral back to the purple, then that's what I'm doing here. So you're going to see both examples by the time I'm finished this one, but you've got a choice basically. I'm not, holding you to doing it exactly as I say. You choose what it is that you want to do. I feel like I really like this purple combination and I want to bring that back at the end to mimic the top on this particular one. Whereas on the other one, I started with the gray and I finished with the gray and then didn't have a different color in between. So it's just going to be a preference thing for you. By the time you get to the end and do your stretchy bind off, which I will put in the notes and recommend for you, then you are going to be ready to block. And when it comes to blocking, we are going to work on stretching out that pattern so that you can see all those lovely lace effects at their best. And again, this is what the sort of lace weight will be like. And this one is already blocked, but this one is more of a fingering weight. So as I said, I will go through that again with another video next week for you, just to top everything off. But the pattern sections, this is your last section, section 4, to finish your shawl this week. I'm so excited for you. So I hope that you will join us for our blocking section, but also enjoy, and that you have enjoyed the MKAL. If you have any ideas for us in future, or if you have any thoughts or comments on our MKAL this year, please be sure to get in touch with us via our email or on our social media at tecstiliai.cymru. And we, of course, look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget, share your gorgeous shawl outcomes with us via our Instagram, Facebook, and social media at Tecstiliau Cymru. Hope to see you again soon and that you're progressing well. Always nice to chat with you, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra!